Cool. Kia ora, everyone. My name's Cameron and I'm a marketer here at Katoomba Salon Spa Software. I'm delighted to be joined today by the founder of Savvy Salon Marketing, and she is the foremost expert in social media for hair and beauty businesses. It's Kirsten McHarg. Hi, Kirsten. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually really excited for today because we're going to talk about a topic that's kind of near and dear to my heart. For those of you that don't know, I run the social media at Katoomba. And so when I first joined the team here, although I'd worked in the hair and beauty industry before, I hadn't kind of learned much about the social media side of things. So I followed Savvy Salon Marketing's account. They not only help businesses with their social media, but they also share lots of tips and tricks on their account. And so I was really using it as a resource. I'm really excited for today. We're going to be talking about how to kind of craft really engaging Instagram posts. I figured we can probably just jump straight into it.
Cool. Okay. So, this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart because really it's the essence of success on social media. And everything that we talk about today will be Instagram focused, but you can do all of that over on Facebook as well and any other social media platform that you use. But we focus on Instagram predominantly because we get the greatest success for salon owners, because obviously in the hair and beauty industry, you've got a lot to showcase and a lot to talk about. Instagram is the perfect platform for that. So basically, to create a really successful and engaging post, and therefore series of posts, there's 5 things to think about. And so what they are, just in a nutshell, is getting your post caption right. So that's the text and what you write about, getting the design right, telling people what you want them to do once they've read your post, telling the Instagram algorithm what you want it to do and where to put your content in front of the right people. And then obviously the last one is just quality, making sure that everything you do is quality and aligned with your brand. So those are the 5 things. So if I just go back to the beginning, and Cameron, hop in at any stage that you want to, because I will keep talking forever.
That's so good.
It's a topic that I love and there's a lot to say, but I'll try and keep it short. So if we go back to the post caption, and if you think in your mind's eye of a post on Instagram in front of you, you've got the image and then you've got the written text. So the written text is obviously super important because that is what you are telling people. You're providing information. So it could be something to do with education about your salon or skincare or hair care or something like that. You might want to talk to them about a treatment or a service, provide a client testimonial. So there's lots and lots of topics that you can talk about. And I know that salon owners actually stumble at this step before they even get started. They can sit there and look at a blank screen and go, what am I going to talk about? I have no idea. So what you want to do, obviously, is talk about what your clients want to hear about and what your potential clients want to hear about. And so get a list of topic categories together. So I just listed some before: treatments, products, services. Talk about the salon, talk about the team, what's going on behind the scenes, a promotion, an announcement. And when you kind of get those categories listed down, that takes away the pain straight away when you sit down to write a post, because you go, okay, I'm going to post about this topic, and then you write about it. So the writing itself, keep it short. Short is really good. Don't have to write a big, long blog post because that just takes too much time. People don't have time to sit and read a big, long blog post. They're on their feed, they're scrolling through, they go, ooh, they see something of interest, and you just want to tell the story super quick. So unless you're a very skilled writer and you've got lots to say and you're really across doing post captions, 2 or 3 lines, a couple of sentences is enough, and then send them to somewhere. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So you don't want to be all clickbaity and kind of drag people in on false pretenses and then talk about something else. You just want to be real, authentic, give value, not salesy all the time. People just don't want to be sold to. They want to be entertained, because Instagram is an entertainment platform. And entertainment doesn't mean dancing and that sort of entertainment. It's more about topics of interest to the people that follow you on Instagram, who should be your clients and potential clients. So that's catchy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would add 2 things to that.
Yes.
I find the 2 things I think about the most is basically your voice. Like, if you're someone who you're the owner of the business, you know every client by name, you're very familiar with them. Make sure you don't sound too businessy. Like, it's okay to sound really I don't know, like conversational in your posts.
Yes.
Make it seem like when your clients are reading it that it's from you, it's not from like an AI bot, you know, ChatGPT is not writing it for you, it's from you. And then the other thing I always think about, and it's something that I kind of forget, so when I do my work, I'm doing it on a computer, right? And so I'm writing all the captions on a computer where you've got a huge screen, and you kind of forget that most people are viewing Instagram on their phone. What might seem like a small amount of text on a computer screen is actually quite large on a phone.
Yeah.
And so you might think, well, I've only done a couple of paragraphs, but that's over a page on Instagram. And when you're scrolling, I don't know the exact number, but it only does like 1 or 2 lines, and then you have to click it to expand it. So make sure the first sentence, the first part of your caption is the part that gets people like engaged. They go, oh, I want to click on it to expand it and read the rest of the post.
Find out more. Absolutely. Yeah. Good points. And I think it's something like the first 50 characters. So that's every letter in every space, something like that. So you're spot on. And sometimes you can actually put it in capital letters, which isn't seen as shouting in that environment sometimes. It's seen as a heading. Really good point. And the other thing is check, and double check again, and check again that there are no spelling errors or grammar, anything like that. And it happens to us. And sometimes I see our posts and go, oh, how did that get through? But then we are checking like 380 posts a week going out. So, you know, our one, if it goes out, it's not so bad. If it goes out for a client, it's different. But it happens, and fortunately you can change it in the live environment. But if you consistently have grammatical errors and typos, people will see that as a reflection of you as a salon. I know that's crazy. You could be the best salon in the whole wide world with the best service and be impeccable at everything, but if you're consistently showcasing poor grammar, then people just get an impression in their minds. So just
exactly.
So, and that's also why less is more, because you've got less to edit, less to think about, and as you say, you know, short sentences, but they can look like a big book if there's too much. Obviously, sometimes if you've got a lot to say, it's okay to have a long post, but typically keep them really short. So that's captions. That's post captions. That's what we call them, or the written text. The next one in the blog, we call it scroll stopping design. And it literally, I mean, it might sound a bit, you know, cheesy, but actually you do want people to stop, because, you know, if you consider a hair salon, for example, and you're posting your work, and all hair salons that we work with want to post their work, and so you should. But if people have started following different salons or places where they get images of hair shots, what makes yours any different if it's just a hair shot and it's got no element or no design element or logo or anything that catches their eye? You just look like the next salon with another hair shot on the feed. So that's the one thing that we grapple with, I guess, at Savvy, is that we absolutely want to showcase your work because that's who you are, but we need to find a way that makes you stand out from the crowd and people go, whoa, okay. And if they consistently see you coming up, they'll see that same sort of, those elements that let them know that you are you. So that's that part. The other part is obviously you have a brand and you have your logo and you have colours and you have fonts that you use, you have image styles, all that sort of thing. Keep it consistent. So every single post needs to look like it belongs in the family of the posts. So often we will see a random shot here, something in pink, something in yellow, and product shots, just random. And so if someone comes onto your Instagram account, it doesn't look orderly. It doesn't look like anything belongs to anything. And that, again, gives people an impression in their mind. They go, oh, okay, it's not the best experience. They don't actually literally think that, but they just, in their mind, they go, oh,
subconscious.
I didn't have the greatest experience, so they might bounce off and go somewhere else. So, but if you have a consistent theme and a consistent style or a consistent design elements and things, people will start to know that it's you, and then they do venture onto your account. They go, oh, this looks really nice, it looks professional. They must be really professional in their salon, as opposed to, it's a bit chaotic. I wonder if that's what they're like in their salon. So crazy how people can make a connection inherently, not necessarily directly, that Siri's coming on. That that if you don't look good online, it does somehow form in people's minds that you may not be that great in the salon. So
absolutely.
So there's that. So there's the design elements, but then you can actually try different formats. You've obviously got reels, you've got stories, you've got carousel posts where they're just static images, but people can scroll through. Excellent way of telling a story. And the other thing that you can do is what we call text on artwork. So if you are showcasing hairstyles, you may not necessarily want to have any text on artwork, and the Instagram algorithm loves images and loves original content that you made of your work from your salon, because it's not anywhere else. And so it will reward you with your content by reach and engagement and putting it in front of the people that you want to be seen by. If you're taking stock shots, and sometimes you need to use those, you will still get good results. But if you're just putting stock shots out all the time, so you've gone to a library or where and found images, Instagram won't reward you as well. So they're the text on artwork. That means what are you going to say on the image that will draw people in to actually read the caption to then go and do something else. So it's a little bit of a pathway that you're trying to take people on. And it could be a promotion, or it could be make SPF your BFF, right? People go, oh, yeah. I mean, that's a common one. But it's a statement. It's short. It's an introduction to what's going on in the post, and you want to try and be different. Or it could be a motivational quote. People read it and go, yeah, that's cool. I feel good about that. I might go in and do a bit more investigation. But again, super important to keep the text on the artwork short or none at all. But if you have no text, you need some sort of indication that it's you. And obviously grammar-free. And then the whole artwork needs to be eye-catching, visually appealing, relates to your brand, and people come to learn that it's you. So that's...
I would say, as an example, not to bring it up, but Savvy Salon Marketing's Instagram, for me it ticks all the boxes, because when I go to it, everything is branded the way you've branded your online presence, your website, all your other social medias. They all use the same fonts, the same colours, the same graphics, the same shades of pink. It's very recognisable. And the other thing that I find is really good about your ones is that you also use lots of animation. So you might have a picture of, let's say, a face mask with a thing like a text on artwork, but maybe the text is fading in. Maybe there's like a little bit of movement in the background. If I'm scrolling on my feed and I see something like pink and moving, I recognise that's a Savvy post, and that will make me stop and read it. So doing things like adding your branding, your logos, even if it's just like showing off, like if it's with some hair, like show the stylist that did it. If someone is scrolling and they see their stylist, they might go, oh my god, I didn't realise that she did hair like that. That's interesting. Like maybe I've got a friend that's got a similar kind of style here. I'll go ask them like, hey, my stylist does a really good job. I just saw that she does similar hair to, it really does help make it recognisable. Because you don't want to cater to potentially new clients that see it and go, oh, that's interesting. But you also want it to be interesting to your current clients as well. So they see it, and then they're the ones that are going to return, they're the ones that are going to potentially buy retail with you. So anything that you want to do, definitely to your current clients as well, making it recognisable is a huge step towards that. Yep, absolutely. And as we know, social media is about building relationships. It's not about sales. People don't want to be sold to. They go there after work or when they're just chilling out and they're just scrolling through. They just want to hang out online. They don't want to be sold to. It doesn't mean you can't sell, but you've got to be 90% value and entertaining and educating. That's what people want. They want to, just chill out and enjoy. So scroll stopping design. The thing you want them to go, whoa, here's a cool post. I like this, and I'm interested in what it said and how it looks. And just an interesting point about the Instagram algorithm: it reads everything that's on that design.
So if you've got a picture of skincare, it will read what's on the bottles of the skincare. And it will go, oh, okay, skincare. I'm starting to understand, this is the algorithm, that this needs to go in front of people who like skincare. If you have a mobile phone on there, it will go, oh, okay, I think this needs to go to people who like technical gadgets and mobile phones. So the colours are red. So if you keep your same brand colours, the Instagram algorithm starts to learn that that's you. So all the text on artwork, the images, anything that's in the background, design elements, it reads everything. And we have software that we run things through, and it tells us, oh, this picture's a little bit too racy, showing a bit too much skin. So we pull back on that because that will downgrade your content. Needles and things can be used. We've got to be careful because that's all medical, and, you know, sometimes the Instagram algorithm gets a little bit nervous and goes, not so sure about that. But that's a whole topic that we could talk about. Yeah. But needless to say, there is a lot to it, but just good, eye-catching, visually appealing, on-brand design, perfect. So the next part then is the call to action. And the call to action's super important because by now you've attracted their attention, they've gone in and read your post and they've enjoyed it, and now you need to tell them what to do. So it could be, as you mentioned earlier, you know, like the post, share it with a friend, go to this website, see our link in bio. There's all sorts of call to actions you could have, and you can kind of run a little bit of a campaign. So if you want to increase online bookings and just start to get people to book online, have your call to action, which kind of sums up the post that might go, hope you enjoyed this informational topic on, you know, skin education or whatever it was. You summarise it, DM us to book your appointment, or click here to book online. So it's a good idea to write a number of call to actions. You could have 10 different call to actions that you might use. So it's already there. You cut and paste, put one in, and off you go. So the whole thing with Instagram and social media is making it quick and fast. And so the more systems and things that you've got in place to start with, the less time you have to spend at the time doing the post. So really the call to action is just telling people what you want them to do. If you get them to read your post and you don't tell them to do anything next, they won't do anything next. And then you've lost a potential, someone going to your link in bio, which can then take them to different parts of your website. You could potentially lose a sale if that's what that post was about. You could lose the opportunity for them to share it with a friend. So you talked about showcasing, my stylist does this particular way of doing hair, and here's my stylist. Click here to meet Stacey or whoever it is. It's that sort of thing. So it's just the conclusion. People expect it. They know it will be there. And so in some respects, they'll be like, well, what do I do now? If you've given them this great value and they want to find out more and you don't tell them how to, that's disappointing for the person. So that's not the best impression. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would add, when you're doing call to actions, just make note of one point in that Instagram does not hyperlink URLs. Yes. What that means is basically if you say, head over to our website, www.katumba.com, if that's in the caption of your post, it's not going to be clickable for anyone to click and go there. Yeah. The only place you can add a link is in your bio. So a lot of times, if you're wanting people to make an online booking, or if you want them to do a specific thing, go to your blog if you've got a blog, all of that stuff, that can be done in your post by just saying, click the link in our bio to do that action, and then have a link there. And whether that links to your website, whether that links to a specific link in bio, it's just important. I find sometimes I'll see a post and I'll see that, it'll have a website, but there's no way to copy that from Instagram. Yeah. I would have to take a screenshot, go to my Chrome, open my Photos app, and then type it in, You can add links into Instagram stories and stuff, so I find what I'll do is if I have a blog post, I'll publish a picture of the main picture of the blog on Katumba. I'll say, head to the link in our bio to visit the blog. I'll link it in the link in bio, and then I'll also post a story, and it will have a direct link straight there as well. So people can really easily get to where you need to go, and you're also doing it in the link in bio. That way, if after 24 hours they see it and the story's not available anymore.
Yeah, no, great point. And also, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to find the exact bit of information on your website or wherever you're linking them to. So it's okay to have your website as that link in the bio, but if you want them to find something, once they get to your website, they have to go hunting for it, and they may get annoyed and just stop hunting. But if you have a link tree or a link in bio, or there's plenty of those features out there, you can have specific links, and obviously make sure if you do say link in bio that the link is in the link tree. Because sometimes people go, see the link in bio, but it's not there. You just have key pages, and this makes it easy for people. So again, people have got short attention spans. They want to be entertained. They want you to do the work for them. So just make it as easy as possible to get them to where you want them to go. So, so that's the call to action. So the next point, of course, is hashtags. And this is a huge topic in itself. And there's a real science to it. And we're lucky because we have software and we create hashtag sets for our clients, and we analyse what's working and what's not working. So we got all that information. But obviously not everybody does. But the key thing about hashtags is it's telling the Instagram algorithm where you want it to place the content. So obviously a salon is in an area, right? And you want to attract clients within a 5 or 10 kilometre radius of your salon. Typically, unless you're an online skincare store or something and got a national strategy. But typically a salon wants to attract people in this area. And you will have a target market of women, families, men, it depends who you are. And so you can tell the Instagram algorithm through the pictures that it reads, and through the text on artwork that it reads, and through the post captions that it reads, but then also through the hashtags. And so what you're doing here is, yes, you will have hashtag and talk about the services, hashtag and the products, but also what are their interests? If you're a hair salon and you offer just hair services, most people that have their hair done are interested in beauty services and vice versa. So we often get in trouble with our clients or get questioned because we might have, we don't do this now because the Instagram algorithm's changed how it does things, but we used to have hashtag hair extensions or whatever it might be, and they'd say, but I'm a beauty salon, I don't offer that service. We know from our research that the clients over here for the beauty salon are actually interested in hair extensions. So you're wanting to find a person and their interests. They could be coffee lovers, dog lovers, cat lovers, fitness people. So you just think about your client, their age group, their interests, their lifestyle. It could be food, it could be, what are they interested in? And put those hashtags in there and test them. Now, hard to tell whether a hashtag is working for you when you don't particularly know how to do that. But what happens is when you go hashtag Skin Clinic Brisbane, for example, you will go on to what's called the Explore page, which is titled hashtag Skin Clinic Brisbane. Your post will go there, and everybody who's used that hashtag, their posts will go there as well. Because people will go to Instagram and they will search skincare clinic in Brisbane, and then invariably that page will come up, all the posts and accounts will come up, and that's where, if you're just another hair shop amongst everything, people won't really know necessarily that it's you, but if you stand out in that mosaic of posts, they go, ooh, there's that one, it's a bright colour, it's eye-catching, they will invariably click on it, and if you are in their location, then they may follow you. So yes, you do hashtags for your treatments, your services, your salon, lifestyle, interests, and then the next question is how many hashtags. Now this changes all the time. So I've done lives in the past and it's been 30 hashtags. Now we do about between 10 and 15 is a good amount of hashtags. At one point it was 5. So, but 10 to 15 hashtags, and every post that you do needs a different set of hashtags. If you do cut and paste, same hashtags, cut and paste, same hashtags, the Instagram algorithm views that as spam and it will downgrade your content. So the top tip here is to have, just to sit down and create a set of 50 hashtags. Just think about your salon, your location, the interests of your audience, and then just go for it. Just write 50, 100 hashtags if you want to, and then every post just scramble it out and take 10 to 15 new hashtags And that way you're just constantly feeding the Instagram algorithm and telling it where you want the content to go and who you want it to be in front of. And then if you do go as far as looking at the analytics inside the Instagram app on your phone, it will tell you which posts performed well and which didn't. And it's not just down to the hashtags. It's obviously the design and the post caption, but the hashtags, if you look at a post that performed badly and look at the hashtags, that's an indication that maybe it didn't work that well. So so they're just a signpost basically to the algorithm, but very important to really think it through, because sometimes there are some real random hashtags which are of absolute no value to the algorithm, and it's unfortunate if you've spent a lot of time creating a really cool post and then you send it off to the completely wrong place on Instagram, it won't get seen.
Yeah.
So that's hashtags. And then the final part I just talked about was quality, and quality just speaks for itself. When you're on social media, people do expect a certain level of quality, I guess, particularly for reels. If it's poor lighting or badly filmed or just doesn't look visually appealing, or the pictures are blurred or whatever, people just kind of go and they'll move on. They won't stop. That is not to say that everything has to be absolutely perfect and studio perfect, and that it doesn't have to be, because it's that balance between being real and authentic. And this is us. Hey, here's a quick story and put it up. But it's just making sure that the way that you write is quality, free of grammatical errors. The pictures aren't blurry. There's kind of some sense to the balance of the image or the video, and just kind of keeping that quality top of mind. Because if you do have a certain level of quality, people in their minds translate that to quality salon. They're professional. They obviously know what they're doing. I feel confident. I'm building trust. I might actually inquire. I might go and see that salon. So that is it. Those are the 5 tips for a very awesome, engaging post.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, it's I don't know, I feel like it can seem serious sometimes if you don't really understand Instagram and social media. I'm not someone that uses it all the time personally. I use it for my work, but I don't have like my own personal Instagram. I think the last time I posted it on my personal one was like 2019 or something. That was a really long time ago. It can seem scary, but the tips that we've outlined in this live, it's really just like, just kind of work on the caption, work on the image, make sure it feels quality, make sure it makes sense, make sure there's no grammatical errors, make sure the picture looks nice, you're not using something that's really low res and you're blowing it up to look all blurry, make sure there's a call to action so people know when they read it what to do. Like it's, once you start doing it, or even like utilize if you've got apprentices that are on Instagram all the time, ask them like what they think, or even I've seen businesses where they'll say to their apprentice, can you run our business Instagram? We love your one, you do a great job. Can you help, utilize the people around you to help. And if you want to do it yourself, or if you want someone at your salon to do it yourself, it's not too scary. Just attempt it, try it. If something doesn't work, try something else. You don't have to be perfect day one. It's something you can work on and grow.
No, you don't. And it's just getting started. Even if you did one post a week and just got into the rhythm of one post a week, that is really cool. And then when you get the rhythm going, do 2 posts a week. So just make it easy on yourself. You don't have to do this big grand scale strategy of 3 posts a day, because the Instagram algorithm hates that, and so do people. They just get so annoyed. They go, I'm sick of you and I'm going to turn off your posts on my feed. We at Savvy, we post 3 times a week and that's it. Full stop. And we just do 3 posts and 2 stories, and occasionally if we want to get a bit of information across, we might ramp it up more, but that's what we do for our clients. Sometimes we do 2 posts and 1 story, and then they may post other stories around that. Some clients 3 posts, 2 stories. That's all you need. That's plenty to keep you top of mind and to let the Instagram algorithm know that you exist, basically.
Cool. All right. Well, so thank you so much for coming today and sharing your expert advice, Kirsten. People want to find out more about what Savvy Salon Marketing do. Where can they find you?
So on Instagram, it's at Savvy Salon Marketing, or we have the website, savvysalonmarketing.com. But one thing I wanted to point out is that we have a free ebook that we've written, and we keep it up to date. So it's the Salon Owner's Guide to Instagram. It's got the 15 essentials that you need to do to be successful on social media. It's around about 15 to 20 pages, so it's not too onerous, but it's comprehensive enough. If you download that book, you will be opting into a list that we will be sending regular emails, and there are a series of about 26 emails which are short, sharp, high value, no sales, no spam, nothing like that. It's just taking the book and putting it into action and guiding you step by step, just like we have today, on how to create a really good Instagram feed and really basically give you the confidence to be able to work on Instagram without it being onerous and time heavy. Yeah,
no, absolutely. I've used the Instagram guide, and it's really it's good. It's just like a nice way. Yeah, like if you're not super if you're not super knowledgeable about it and you want to start, it's a really good way to start. It's a really great resource. So I highly recommend checking it out. To find that, talking about CTAs, this call to action is, if you want to find out the ebook, head over to Savvy Salon Marketing and click the link in the bio. If you're watching this after the fact on Facebook or YouTube, I'll link it down below in either the comments or the description. So if you want to just find it there, I'll link it there. I think that's everything. Follow us on social media if you want to have more videos about this. We actually did one with Kirsten last month all around how to create a really good bio on Instagram for your business and how to optimize it so the right people find your business, basically. So if you're interested in that, head over to our Facebook or our Instagram. I think we've published it there. That should be everything for today. I hope everyone has a really good day. We'll see you guys later. Bye.